This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Hill versus Richardson. You all have been together almost 2 years. You're living together. You have one child together. And I noticed from the court papers there is a 20-year age difference between you two. Is that right?
Yes, there is.
Okay. I'm not mad at you. That can work. Yeah. But Ms. Hill, allegations and suspicions of cheating have put a cloud over this relationship and have hurt you deeply. Tell us why you're here.
Yes, Your Honor. We're here because I think that Paul Richardson is letting his past come back into our present, and that becoming a problem with our relationship.
What do you mean by his past is catching up to your present?
Well, Paul used to be a rapper. So with him being a rapper, there comes with groupies and women that he dealt with numerous of times, and they're seeing like they just won't let him go. And I've had
there's photo.
I see.
Yes.
Is that what it looked like in the past, Mr. Richardson?
Right.
Somewhat.
But Ms. Hill, you think that's how he's still living?
I don't think that exactly is how he's still living, but I want to say like they're more like on the phone or text messages and inboxing. So it's more like he's still lingering, or they probably still lingering on, but someone is lingering on somewhere.
Okay. Mr. Richardson,
Your Honor.
are your player days behind you?
Look, let me break it down.
Break it down.
So there's a 19, 20-year age difference. She's a young tenderoni. I'm a seasoned, retired player. But that's over with.
Retired player.
That's over with. That's over with. A lot of the things that she's worried about is it's her imagination.
Based on looking at some of these pictures that have been submitted to the court, you was running that game pretty hard.
Yeah, that's just being friendly. I'm having a good time.
Wait a minute, Mr. Cutler, I don't ever want you to be that friendly.
Right.
That right there that's more than friendly. I mean, a woman's on her knees down in front of you. That's more than friendly.
So that's friendly to him. That's very friendly.
So y'all got extreme...
Different type of friendlies.
Yeah.
Well, how friendly can I be?
You can't be that
Not
friendly
that friendly
at all.
Because he's got dollar bills in his hand.
Ain't no dollar bills in your hand, none of that. I'm looking at that. That picture makes my back hurt.
Right.
Oh, it'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
Whatever, man. Okay, how did you end up with a man who's almost twice your age? How did this happen?
Okay, so a guy friend and I, we was hustling up some movies, So I'm in a store and stuff, and I see a guy over here, he playing the game. So he just looking back, eyes just wide open. So I was like, dang, can I have my face back?
You said that?
Yeah.
Dang, can I have my face
Let
back?
me write that one down, too.
Dang, can I have my face back?
Because he was staring so hard he had stolen it.
Yeah, yes, like he stole my face, like, ooh.
Did you steal her face, man?
Well, that's how I got her. I looked in her eyes.
Oh, you broke it down. That's a player move right there.
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay, so you meet him, he steals your face, and you get together. What was the first sign of trouble?
Well, the first sign of trouble is when he was trying to impress me. So I saw that we had a mutual friend, and I was like, okay, I know you knew this person. And he was like, yeah, I know this person. If you know this person, then, you should call them and let them know you talk to me, and they'll tell you about me.
So he was getting verification. He was going to...
Like a reference.
A reference.
Yeah, like a reference.
A love reference.
Yeah, like a love reference.
I've heard of job references.
Yeah.
But it's a love
This is a
reference.
love
A
reference.
love reference.
Right.
All right.
So
how did that work out for you?
So once I called the girl and I talked to her, I was like, girl, I ain't know you know Paul. She was like, Paul? Oh, Paul, me and Paul been bleep, bleep, bleep off and on for 13 years. I said,
Well, that's a solid reference.
very solid.
I mean, she don't know better than anybody.
Yeah, at least I know he committed in that way, huh?
Yeah.
Was this the best reference you could come up with?
I did not know she was going to go off into that. I thought it was going to be, she just had some feelings for me that she hadn't let go, so, she just decided to spill the beans, so to speak.
So you weren't trying to get a sex reference?
No, it wasn't nothing like that, man. I mean, it sounds bad, but my intentions were not for that to happen.
Okay, so that was your warning sign, which is a good-sized warning sign. Why do you think he's cheating now?
Well, because Paul had ended up buying us some new phones. So I'm thinking that this is my phone ringing. So once I picked up, a girl asked me, can I speak to Paul? So
Okay, a woman called you on your phone and asked to speak to him?
see, the crazy part about it is because the phones were switched.
Oh!
Right. Once me and Paul got together after the phone call, I asked him who was this person that called your phone.
Okay.
Right, and he told me that, well, this is such and such about the hair. Because I wanted to, start my own hairline business.
So, Mr. Richardson,
Who was this woman?
It was an old,
you
old
told
flame.
her it was a hair woman.
Yeah, but I did tell her it was a hair woman. I just trying to hold down. They had the same name. I said, oh, that's the girl about the hair.
That's the girl about the hair.
Yeah, so I lied. That's Ace Ventura detective. So she dug and dug and dug.
And Miss Hill, it didn't blow over, did it?
No.
You didn't let it go. And what did you find?
Well, I actually found a picture that she sent him to his phone. And once I called her again and asked her, why is you sending pictures to his phone? He don't want no picture of you. But she clarified and told me that he the one told her to send the picture. And supposedly, once me and her talked, she told me that he had been over to her house that Saturday.
Did you go visit her?
Yeah, but it wasn't nothing like that. Listen. Hey, I know it sounds bad,
Yeah.
but serious.
It
Me and
does
this
sound
girl,
bad.
we had been knowing each other. And when we decided to, cut it off, it really wasn't a relationship. We had a little fling, but we remained friends. So, yeah, I stopped by there and saw her, spoke to her. There was nothing like that.
You
with
believe
her.
that when he went over, he cheated with her?
Yes, and actually, the day she told me, I kind of figured something was wrong because he kind of came back into the house and then he rushed out, but then his breath kind of smelled a little twangy. So I was like, so when she told me about that, I didn't know what went on.
And when you say,
Yeah, go ahead. I don't
when
even
you
want
say
to know.
twangy,
I'm going to cover my ears up for this part.
can you be
Color.
a little more descriptive
Like
but
some
respectful?
booty, some booty.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
there you have
well,
it.
there it is.
Have you found anything else that makes you think he's cheating?
Because of the things I have saw, I just don't trust him. I don't believe anything he's saying, stuff like that. So I went into his phone and I see inbox messages off of Facebook, and I kind of made a little cute post.
You
So,
submitted that message to the court in your court papers, is that
I
correct?
sure did.
So you go on his Facebook and you post they hacking, and it says, dang, I ain't know females was this thirsty. Y'all worse than men, but you better grab a glass of water because he mine. A lot of y'all about to be blocked and unfriended. So that's your announcement to all them feeds you looking at like, back up, you out.
Right.
Okay, so what happened?
Okay, well, I'm not the only woman that does that, okay?
Yeah, oh, no, it's
So-
a thing. Bay hacking's a thing.
Right, so once I did that, let me tell you, about 20 females got upset and want to come in to my check your man and all this. When he's in the home with me, I check him at home. I don't have to check him on Facebook like all the other women.
And you submitted some of those messages as well.
I did.
You need to check your man. Then you don't know what he'd do.
That's another woman.
Mr. Richardson,
Yes. Hey,
you said you retired from the game.
You got people out there who don't want to see you happy. So this was like one of those things where a female was saying, okay, we got her. We got her against the wall. We're going to go ahead and hammer her. So they were just saying all kind of stuff.
When you get these responses from all these women saying, check your man, you don't know what he's doing, blah, 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 in response to your bay hacking, what happens next?
Well, what happened next is one female was a little salty than others. Oh, I have evidence right here.
Okay.
You do? Okay.
Ryan, would you get that,
Yes,
please?
Yeah, enough said.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
What is this evidence we're getting ready to see, ma'am?
Well, with that evidence is that she got so salty and felt some type of way because I told her she sounded like someone he hadn't hurt feelings back in the day.
Uh-huh.
So when I said that, honey, she just went and showed me screenshots that he was in her inbox.
So Mr. Richardson said to her,
Wanted to say hi, miss you like crazy. Can I get you to dominate me? I'm talking the whole 9 yards. Whips, chains, cuffs, you name it. I think I want to be punished, slapped, choked, and just treat it like a real sex slave. You can bring help if you like. I'm feeling real seductive and need to be tamed.
Wow. And she says, but you're in a relationship.
And he responded, everything is not what it seemed.
Oh, Mr. Richardson.
Mr. Richardson?
I can't even look at you, man. Not with all that out there. What?
I'm guilty. I did that.
Well, yeah, we know that.
But let me explain.
Oh, okay.
This was somebody who, we had a very
Vibrant?
Our relationship was, strictly sexually. And I was really just kind of, flirting real hard, kind of reminiscing. I'm a Libra, Your Honor. I'm very seductive and sensual type of person. So, and look,
But I couldn't get
Okay,
that,
but
Your Honor.
when you say, can I get you to dominate me?
And that's exactly what I was gonna say.
What?
Has he ever asked you to whip him and
Right,
choke
he
him?
never asked me to do that, and if he wanted that done, I would have did it.
Go on, Miss Hill. Keep it spicy. Gotta give the people what they want, is Mr. Keller saying.
Right.
All righty, Mr. Keller, I think we got enough.
I think we have a very crystal clear picture of what's going on here.
All right. You, Ms. Hill, believe that Mr. Richardson has gone back to his old rapper groupie days. You've got evidence of him messaging with an ex and evidence of liaisons with other women. You say another woman posted a sexy, salacious message from him on social media when you did your bay hacking. So there it is, Mr. Keller. That's what we got.
That's what we're looking at.
That's what we're looking at.
This court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will call licensed private investigator Eric Eccles to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please escort him in.
Mr. Eccles, stay with the moment of this thing.
Thanks for being here. Tell us what you did to investigate this matter.
I sat in the room with a hidden camera with Mr. Richardson, and I went undercover posing as a cheater who has been brought to court himself.
I think he recognizes
I
you.
think so too, Your Honor. My goal was to find out if Mr. Richardson had been unfaithful.
Mr. Eccles, tell us about your interaction with Mr. Richardson.
Well, Your Honors, he spoke to me freely, which gave me the ability to find out that he lied to his girlfriend of his whereabouts the night before. He confessed, and I brought that tape with me.
I went to strip club.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some good ones up in there. There's some real good ones.
Yeah.
Now you get you the right one, you get you get dusted.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah. She know you went to.
No.
Nah.
So why did you lie about going to the strip club?
She just didn't ask. I didn't volunteer the information. I went, to the strip club. Hey, I'm here, hey.
But, Your Honor, you see what creates my insecurities? I feel insecure because he don't make me feel secure.
I understand. And let me ask you, if he said, hey, babe, I would like to go to this particular strip club, what would you have said?
Okay, let me go too.
Okay.
You got a girlfriend who likes looking at strippers?
You got a girlfriend who will use whips and chains if you just ask?
Dude.
All you gotta do, you gotta come home. Mr. Keller.
It's all right there waiting for
It's
you.
all there. You'd be surprised what can go on in a house. Right, Mr. Keller?
You got it.
I'm just saying.
Making me blush over here.
All right. As long as you blushing about me, it's all good.
Right.
All
All
good.
good.
Did Mr. Richardson say anything else about his relationship with Ms. Hill that caused you any concern?
Well, during one exchange, he did make it clear to me that having another woman as a backup was extremely important.
All right, let's take a listen.
Well, everybody got one on the side that they can always fall back on.
If you really wanted to, you want to just,
You know.
That's the same thing on female.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got somebody, if you just
Oh,
really
yeah.
wanted to, you can fall back.
Yeah, everybody got a fallback.
You got to
Fall
fall
back?
back?
No, I don't have fallback. My gentleman right here said he had a fallback. I was just agreeing with him.
Well, I need me to fall back.
So to further investigate this case, the court would like to call licensed polygraph examiner Tommy Platt into the courtroom. Ron, would you escort him in?
Yes, sir. Promise that.
We're about to find out if you got a fallback. How are you, Mr. Platt?
Good afternoon, Your Honors.
It's good to see you.
So, Mr. Platt, you did a polygraph examination of Mr. Richardson, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Richardson was asked, during your relationship with Ms. Hill, have you ever had sexual intercourse with another woman other than Ms. Hill? What was his response to that question?
He stated no.
What did the polygraph determine?
Polygraph determined that he was telling the truth.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Okay, babe.
Retired.
You retired.
Retired.
All right. I'm so glad that you were telling the truth and you have actually hung up your player shoes.
Yes, I have.
All right, I would say you need to value this queen you got standing right here.
Will do.
As we say in this courtroom, don't cheat yourself out of a chance for a great, happy, healthy relationship. Court is adjourned.
This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Taylor versus Caldwell. You all are engaged, have been in your relationship for 6 years. You have 2 children together. But allegations of cheating have put your wedding on ice. Miss Taylor, tell me why you're here.
We've been together 6 years, have 2 kids. He's my everything, Your Honor. And I just want the truth. I just need the truth.
I'm always being honest with you. Always being honest.
All right,
You
Mr.
just don't believe
Caldwell,
me.
you're here. Why are you here?
I'm here to prove I'm not cheating.
All right.
So all of this is just in her head?
In her head. In her head.
She's just making it up.
I'm making it up.
And you haven't done anything?
I've probably done a few things that probably...
Oh, wait a minute.
No. I've probably done a few things to make her think that. Staying out late, hanging out with the guys, the fellas, a little bit over the time. And that's about it, Some women, they always think that men are doing something out there.
Right.
So.
No, don't write me. Right. So that's the only thing you've done is hang out with the fellas a little late.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. You know when it smells bad, it probably is bad, Mr. Cutler.
You smell it?
What I want to know is why you believe he's cheating right now.
For starters, dating app or whatever. And I went through his phone. I have his code. I went through his phone, and I saw women that he was talking to, and he slick do it. It goes, he's, how you can put in your zip code?
Yeah.
So he does it near his job. And so when he's at work, okay?
Ask for your location. I mean, what you expect me to do?
Why are you on a dating app when you have a fiance?
I work, long hours, and when I come home from work, I want to be, some attention. Some attention. She's sitting on the couch, looking at her phone, FaceTiming with her friends, not paying me no attention.
You're not at home, you at work.
Same reason. She don't give me no attention. She won't call me, check on me, or anything.
So, Miss Taylor, you submitted your recollections of those conversations from the dating app. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. So right here you saw where Mr. Caldwell said, "Hey, how you doing?" And that was
doing, Charles.
So on the second one, he says, "Hey, can I take you out to lunch?" Okay, did you ask a woman about taking her out to lunch?
It's just a response. Women like to go to lunch, so I thought it would be a quick response.
Okay.
It's just a quick response, anything, attention.
And so she said yes, what were you gonna do?
I would just probably not talk to her no more. I'll move on to the next woman just to get attention, just to, this woman will respond
So you
to
mean to
And
tell
that
me you
sounds
didn't took
smart.
the time to find a woman and ask her to lunch, and then she says yes, and you go to the next one? That's what you want to tell the court?
That's it, yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
That makes sense.
Well, the
Yeah.
third message, you say, "Good morning, beautiful."
Oh, and it
3
was
different
roses.
women.
It was roses, little kisses, hearts, and stuff too. So,
At work, and this ain't got nothing to do with hanging out with the boys.
no.
So this is why she thinks you cheating right here.
I understand. That's why I said a little stuff that I do might make her think that, but
Have you ever met up with any of these women?
no, Your Honor.
You have not had any interaction with them besides these messages. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
you're telling this court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I don't think he understands, like, he don't get it that you out of order. He act like I'm tripping, making up something, you know, and so I do want
him.
people to know.
I understand.
Mr. Cutler, help him understand why this is wrong from a man's perspective. Talk to this man.
It's wrong on so many levels. First of all, you're out there looking when you have somebody, but then you're involved in somebody else's feelings. They don't know that you're in a relationship. You're stringing them along, and so now you've brought an innocent party in to your gamesmanship because you're just like, well, she's not paying me attention. I just want to throw it out there, see what happens, and then when I get a hook, I'm gonna just let it go. It's wrong on a lot of levels. Ms. Taylor, what other evidence do you have?
I don't think he knew that, you know, you can do, where's my iPhone, and I can track you. So,
Man, she's got all the tricks.
No doubt.
She's going through his phone, she's tracking him.
yes, Your Honor, and I actually have evidence
Okay.
of it. If
Would
I
you
can
cross
tell
over to the monitor, please?
Yes, thank you. Evidence. All right, so basically, like I said, I was just at home, chilling, been gone for a minute. I track him, it's like I see it, it's like probably 5 to 7 minutes from my home. So I get in my car and I go there. So.
Of course you did.
Right. See, his car is inside, it's in a driveway. So I just pulled by the driveway. There's a car, and I took a picture so that he couldn't deny it.
All
that
right.
he was there, okay? So I'm just sitting there, and he finally probably noticed me or something, and a girl, the door opened, and a woman hops out of his car.
Yeah, but
But what? A woman jumps out the car, okay. Then he take off. First off, the girl talking crazy.
I did not
but it's
take
nothing
off.
to do.
I just.
Hold on, Mr. Caldwell.
You took off. You took off. I followed him for probably like 5-10 minutes, and he just, you know, eluded me. So I went home, and that was the end of it. I never said anything else.
You didn't say anything when he came home?
I mean, what was it to say? He's driving off on me. What do you say to that? I mean,
So
I saw you with a girl out your car.
Because she know I wasn't doing anything.
Okay, if you'll step back from the podium. Mr. Caldwell.
What does that look like?
It does look bad. It does
Really?
look bad.
You think it does?
It did look bad, you know.
Is this a woman you've been intimate with that was in the car?
No, Your Honor, no.
Who is this woman to you?
Just a friend I just met around the neighborhood, you know.
Uh-huh. Have you ever introduced her to your fiance?
No,
Did she know you had a fiance?
Yes.
Okay, so she
No,
knew.
did she know before she showed up?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's real hesitant
Right.
about
Yeah.
that. He's like,
Oh, wait a minute.
why you run away?
I didn't run.
Why do you drive away?
I drove away just for the respect for her, you know, just to get home, to get home and explain to her what's
She was there. Why did you have to go home to explain to her when she was already there? So we've got him on a dating app. We've got him with women in his car. Have you ever found anything that makes you think he's cheating?
Sure, okay, so he has a man cave. So one particular day, I'm just sitting there and something out the corner of my eye I catch is a bag, like a big bag of condoms.
Okay.
Okay, and you submitted a photo of that to the court, is that correct?
Yes.
So you found this large bag of condoms.
You all don't use condoms?
No.
Okay, you know, we had our first child, and then we had our second child, and we said we just want to, you know, calm things down, practice safe sex, prevent having more kids. So I said, hey, let's buy some.
Okay.
So that's what I went for.
All right.
I do have evidence.
But your fiance says that you all don't use them anymore.
And I bought them off her account.
Okay. Ron, would you grab that for us, please?
Yes,
and what does this show?
It shows the receipt from the purchase.
This receipt only shows that you purchased them. It doesn't say that you weren't planning to use them with somebody else. This just shows that you purchased them, which you don't deny. So who are you planning to use these condoms with? That's the question.
It was with her, Your Honor.
I've never, first off, I wouldn't even use that because they generic looking as hell, so no. You wouldn't have put that on it. No.
Carla, I think we have enough evidence.
What we got?
He was found to have a dating app on his phone, and he's using that dating app to contact women from work while he's at work. Ms. Taylor has tracked him down using the GPS built into their phones, pulls up. He realizes she's sitting there. I would have loved to be a fly on the wall. And he says, yeah, that's my fiance. She jumps out the car, and then she gonna come over and talk trash, and he speeds off. Now, what I don't understand, and I gotta give her some credit, is that when he got home, she didn't say nothing. Because you know, we've had folks in our courtroom that it would have been on
and popping.
On and popping.
On and popping.
And then the final thing is a giant bag of condoms. She says we don't use condoms, don't need condoms, and if she was using them, she wouldn't be using the generic stuff he had in the bag. And for all of these reasons, Miss Taylor believes that Mr. Caldwell is cheating.
And if she finds out that he's cheating, she says she's done. She's gonna break off their engagement. She is through with the relationship, no wedding.
Over.
Over. This court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court would like to hear from licensed private investigator Eric Eccles to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please escort Mr. Eccles into the courtroom. Mr. Eccles.
Good day, Mr. Eccles.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
Mr. Eccles, could you please tell us what you and your team did to investigate this case?
Yes, Your Honor. First, we used a license plate tracker and tracked Mr. Caldwell's vehicle for a period of 90 days, identifying various times and locations.
Did you find anything interesting while you were tracking him?
Yes. There was one particular day where we tracked Mr. Caldwell's vehicle to an apartment complex where his vehicle was parked for 52 minutes. We then identified the apartment and found out that a woman lived there.
Oh.
We found out that the woman was the plaintiff.
Okay.
What did your team do to further investigate?
I then did what's called mobile covert surveillance, where over the past week, I tracked Mr. Caldwell's vehicle. I tracked the subject getting out of a vehicle. He had passengers in the vehicle with him, and I got them coming out of a store.
Did you see anything suspicious?
He was actually in the car with 2 male passengers, and nothing suspicious was going on.
Well, to continue our complete investigation of this matter, we had a polygraph examination conducted of the defendant, Mr. Caldwell. Ron, would you please escort in Mr. Kendall Shull, licensed polygraph examiner and investigator?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Shull, good day.
Good day.
Good to see you.
Your Honor. Good to see you, Your Honor.
You look nervous, Mr. Caldwell. Are you nervous? A little bit?
More.
You conducted a polygraph examination of Mr. Caldwell, is that correct?
I did, Your Honor.
Mr. Caldwell was asked, have you ever had physical sexual contact with anyone from the dating app in the last 6 years since you've been in a relationship with Ms. Taylor? What was his response?
His response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful, Your Honor, but he did make an admission. Mr. Caldwell did admit to talking to and discussing getting together with another woman, but he never did. He also admitted that he has sent sexual messages to other women.
All right.
So, Mr. Caldwell, who were you trying to get with?
I wasn't trying to get with anybody. It was just the conversation throughout the site, just getting interested into the conversation. But I cut it off at certain points of the conversation.
Have you tried to make or set up a date or plans with other women? That's a yes or no question.
No, Your Honor.
So why you admitted to him?
You got something else to say. What is it?
Yeah.
It was just allegations on
making plans. Right. Yeah, I'd like to get with you. I'd like to be with you. We should hook up, that kind of thing. It did get at least that far, right?
Yes, just talking.
Okay, you might not have picked out a specific date and place, but you at least got that far where you're talking about, yeah, this should happen.
Yes.
You know, once you start thinking it, it's not very far to push you to doing it. You do understand that?
I understand, Your Honor, but I have very good control. So.
Ms. Taylor, as you hear this...
Did he just tell me he has control? Did he just say that out loud to me?
He did.
Okay,
He's
you
got
just
control of the whole situation.
all right. Let's go on.
Mr. Shaw, Mr. Caldwell was asked, during your 6-year relationship, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than your fiance, Erica Taylor?
Okay.
What was his response to that question?
I will kill.
His response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive, Your Honor.
Wow. Okay, Charles.
After he answered this question, he did want to explain. He has had sex with one woman just about 2 weeks after meeting Miss Taylor, but that she knows about that woman.
Okay.
However, this does not rule out the possibility that he may have had sex with other women that Miss Taylor is unaware of.
Mr. Caldwell, you've got a 6-year relationship with this woman on the line. If you've got any hope of saving this relationship, now is your chance to come clean.
And be honest. No, I'm not playing with you.
I only been with who she knows about.
We know about that one. We're talking about the other instances.
Because, Charles, you lied, okay? Now go ahead and say what you did. I mean, for real.
Have you been with other women? That's a yes or no question.
Yes, that's right.
All right. All right. What happened?
The fellas is we having drinks and partying, so, you know, we just...
So you were out with the boys, woman, and you stepped out of your relationship.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's the only time.
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't believe that either. And I can't believe it. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. I love you. And it'll never happen again.
Miss Taylor, you came here for answers. They are not the answers you probably wanted to hear. I want to know, what is it that you're thinking right now that you want to do?
I don't know, Your Honor. I'm just hurt. I'm in shock. Like,
Sorry.
It's just not what I'd want to. That's not what I was expecting. You don't.
Mr. Caldwell, Ms. Taylor's got some decisions she needs to make, but you've got some decisions you need to make on how you're going to win back her trust if this relationship is going to go forward. We have counselors that can help you figure that out. As we say in this courtroom, don't cheat yourself out of a chance for a good relationship. Court is adjourned.
Thank you.